What was I? I was a waltz heard by the sentries at the Winter Palace. I was a cigar case dropped near the front line, found by a farmer. I was a map unrolled for the carve-up of unruly provinces. I was a sauce served at only one banquet because the cook died. I was a slipper, scarlet and gold, on the small foot of a new Monsignor. I was a fox fur on bare white shoulders in the back of a Buick. I was a suitcase left on the tarmac at Lusaka Airport. I was a washing machine, ever filling and churning in a cottage at Lough Conn. I was the last step, found, not expected, into the garden.
Midas in the red. He started off flash, quids up in Versace, Cerruti, ready money gushing from gold-plated taps, fortunes squandered on super yachts, Arabian racehorses, his French mistress. He bathed in banknotes, splashed his face with shekels, basked in swimming pools of bottomless cash. He strode red carpets from marble foyers to leather-cushioned limousines, cool millions in his pockets. But then they said, the market's gone digital. E-money, e-dosh, your credit's abstract, your funds as speculative as NASDAQ. He swapped first class for the cheap seats, an heiress chatelaine for a brassy mistress. His heartbeat ebbed in his chest like gold dust in a prospector's sieve. No longer opulent, solvent, the honey gold of his words turned to rust in his mouth, so that every bite he took of rump bone steak washed down by a moet had the false savour of fables, the choking taste of theft.
Definitely on a winter morning around daybreak. It's called Focus. Over the corrugated roof you go, Curiel, your rough-hewn paw pads immune to imagined cold. I barely noticed you, black measured against that reflected back in the kitchen window, a hint of muscle hiding in the bulwark of the morning's half-dark movement I mistook for myself. Sitting on the fridges in Short's sweet shop was what we did in those days, smoking single ciggies for all we were worth at 2p halfpenny a piece. And when the handsome, savvy boy told me the truth about stitches and caesarean sections, I knew it was over.
It's called We'll Always Have Paris. We could say to ease the moment, we'll always have Paris. And whatever that meant at the time, let's remember here that we had such bliss. Yes, I know that now it's all so sad. But we should find some compensatory way to look at this. My darling, aren't you glad we'll always have Paris? Always, for one thing, that really glorious kiss. Was it Arc de Triomphe or La Tour Eiffel? We'll always have Paris, though the rest's gone a bit to hell. But honey, listen, I'll explain how it's all going to be okay. We'll always have Paris, always have champagne on the Champs-Élysées, in spite of all the other things we're sure to miss. Always have Notre Dame, even after this big, awful crisis. Always have the love we made, because the Louvre was pretty lame. We'll always have Paris, complaining about how steep the Moulin Rouge is, walking back to the hotel under stars and moonlight. We'll always have Paris, memories to put any woes or regrets to right. So stop. Don't say it, that we were never even there. Say, we'll always have Paris. My darling, with you gone, I'll be saying every day, we'll always have Paris.
She said, ceteris paribus, it's been a lovely day. So, hand on heart and ceteris paribus, Olive preferred memorial services. Less call for Hecuba, more chance of parables, no risk of weepers, good for a catch-up. Triangular sandwiches, small rounds of salmon, done up in circles with finely chopped garnish. Goujons in baskets with sachets of ketchup, neatly presented and no need for supper. A nifty slick eulogy, light on the detail, beautifully dovetailed to set off the Swinburne. A freshly clean taxi, shared to the station, and on the way home, a nice game of patience. This was a day for the roomier handbag, faux alligator, abalone clasp, and mother's blueprint for lasting impressions, always decline a proffered third glass.